Hmm. That appears to be working. Checking the sound. Okay. Hello. I'm going to be sharing some practice sessions with you. It is a new year, and of course we all have our New Year's resolutions, and one of my resolutions is that I think I should be practicing, because that's a thing that musicians do, but it's not a thing that I do, if I'm being totally honest with you. It's an important part of your life as an artist, as a musician, any kind of skilled person. They always practice. The most talented people are the people who put in the most practice, and there's a reason for that. And I don't really practice. I do survival practicing, because just about every working musician lives on a spectrum between survival and artistry. Like survival on one end and artistry. You're gonna be somewhere in the middle. Usually, like I'm over here. I'm just like it's hard to plan beyond the next day or two. It's just like, what am I about to do? Oh yeah, I have that thing tomorrow. I better learn like a dozen songs. But that's because I don't set aside the time to practice. I don't make it a priority. Because by and large, I feel like I don't have to. You know, I'm good enough. I've been good enough for a while that I can learn stuff really fast, and it's like passable. It gets the job done, and I feel like I've been kind of just getting the job done for a while, and it would be nice to get a little bit ahead of the curve. So I want to practice every day like a good musician should. And some of the rules for this thing are, this is basically like you get to be a fly on the wall. I'm not going to broadcast every minute that I spend practicing. If I'm working on original stuff or new material, I'm probably going to turn the camera off for that. My goal right now is that I'm shooting for an hour a day. A lot of people who are music majors in college or serious musicians, they may spend 2, 3, 4, 8 hours a day, depending on what their goals are and what they're doing. For me right now, I feel like half an hour just seems kind of wimpy and not like enough time to get very much done. An hour is okay. More than an hour, I feel like I'm not going to be able to fit in my day, and it's just completely unrealistic. So we're going for an hour. I'm going to try and do an hour a day. And I thought I might as well do something while I'm doing nothing. but actually, you know, why not kill two birds with one stone, so to speak? Why not just share this while I go? I think it might be informative if you're a person who isn't really into music, but you're thinking about learning a musical instrument or being a musician or something like that. You see what kind of work goes into it. It might be informative in the sense that, or if you have some kind of goal that you want to work on, like, look at that guy, he's doing a goal. I'm making a content. I think probably the most interesting thing is going to be just seeing where I am at the beginning and then seeing where I am at the end. I have several different instruments that I want to practice and things that I want to practice that I'm going to be working on. And it was a little bit tricky as I was thinking through this because I'm not going to practice like 5 different instruments every single day. I've tried that and it doesn't work. It's not sustainable. You can't do it because there's too much prep time involved. There's too much I gotta grab the books, I gotta get the thing, I gotta tune the instrument, and there's just not enough time that I can spend in focused practice. But what also doesn't work is if I say I'm going to play guitar today, and then I'm going to do piano tomorrow, and then I'm going to do drums the next day, then I go through a cycle of like 5 or 6 different instruments, and by the time I come back around to one, I'm losing the gains that I get from being very consistent. And that's a really important thing about practicing. This is what I tell my students all the time. It's more important that you're practicing consistently than it is that you are practicing for a really long period of time at a crack. You can't make up for, like, let's say you practice 30 minutes a day, and so over the course of a week, if you practice 6 days a week, then you're going to get 3 hours of practicing in. And if you practice like 2 days, you did your half hour, and then you skipped it the next 3 days, now you're missing an hour and a half, and you have to do another half hour today, so that's 2 hours. I'm just going to practice for 3 hours today. That is not as effective as if you just did 15 or 10 minutes on the days that you had skipped. At least you did it that day. There's a consistency factor that's more important. I believe in that, and that's what I tell my students. I think that is true. I don't do that. I haven't done that very much myself, I gotta tell you. So a little bit of this is I'm kind of thinking I should practice what I preach. Imagine the benefits if I do that. I've got quite a few specific goals that I'll probably discuss a little bit as I go. I'm hoping this is going to be the longest introduction to any of these videos that you're ever going to see. I expect that most of these live streams are going to be horribly boring. It'll probably be more interesting to just see like the first one and then a month later or something like that. And I'm not going to talk very much most of the time in most of the streams. So if you hate it, I hope you have a good day. There's plenty of other stuff on YouTube that you can watch. Otherwise, thanks for being here with me, and we're going to try and do some really consistent practicing. And I did already do some plunking around on the piano today. I figured that was probably about 30 minutes, right? You think so? So I'm setting my timer for 30 minutes today. I have it on my phone, and I'm not going to get too perfectionistic because perfect is the enemy of the good. My goal is just, my ultimate goal is I want to be better at my instrument. Some of the practicing I'm going to be doing is a lot of technique stuff. Some of the practicing I'm going to be broadcasting. I might be preparing for something specific, and I have some things that I really need to work on. And I might switch instruments, for that sake. But otherwise, I'm going to try and go like month by month to have like one theme for that month. So January, I'm thinking we're going to focus on the guitar for this month. And then I'll probably do drums and piano, voice, maybe ukulele. I should probably do bass somewhere in there sooner than that. But I wanted to start with guitar because that's the one that I've been feeling the most like, I really want to get a lot better at that. And I'm not very good, so. Yes, tuning counts as practice time. For me, that's what's going to work. Because if I have to do all of the setting up and the tuning and everything ahead of time, and that doesn't even count as part of the time, like, I just don't have that much time in the day. I'm going to do like an hour a day. I can afford a minute to tune the guitar. Okay. One of the things I think I'm going to do with the guitar here is I'm going to work out of this book. It's Guitar Aerobics. This was a book that my instructor introduced to me back when I was taking guitar lessons many years ago. I got through some of the exercises up to week 6, it looks like. It's like a 52-week course. It's designed to take a year. But I was also doing slow to fast practice on each exercise with a metronome. So this is going to be really boring, I'm sorry, but it's just, this is, another hope that I have for these videos is that it's also maybe going to be a good example or kind of inspiring to say, wow, that's really boring. Yeah, that's what it takes to get good at an instrument. You gotta sit there and do the thing, and it can be kind of dull. So I'm going to show you the dullness. And we'll probably encounter the practical challenges of actually working this into your life and what it looks like together, like having babies crying and that kind of thing. Okay. Okay. Paying attention to how I'm holding the pick. Whoops. I think I can do this much faster, but I wanted to get a good warm up just so I can really pay attention to what I'm doing with my hands first. I think there was one that was a ghost note. Ah, there it was again. Okay, let's go 106. Ah, well, I had a couple of good ones. Let's go to 112. Ah. It does sound kind of like it's starting to swing a little bit, and it's not supposed to. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da instead of da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Ah, sloppy. Ready, and... One, two, ready, go. good enough for today. I am really tired of this exercise, so I'm going to move on. Let's see. Whoops. I'm going to mark it so I remember. Okay. Got 22 minutes left. Let's bring this down to like 72. Six. $80. now, 16 and a half minutes left. I had an idea, and I think I need to start writing down my practice regimen so I have a plan and I can kind of keep track of these ideas. Let's see. I already have a document for this. Practice routine and goals. Okay. Interesting. I can show you what this looks like in just a second. But I think minimize that, and then add yep. There we go. So this should be showing up on the live stream any second now. Bold. We're going to call this version 1. And I'm going to start over on version 2. So I can steal some of the things from version 1. But this is a whole different format. Because January is the guitar month. So I need to think through the things that are guitar things. Let's see. Some of this is old practice goals. Okay, we need technique. We need repertoire. A good approach to just about any instrument study is to have some technique and some repertoire. Method book, I'm going to be working out of William Levitt. How do you spell aerobics? A-E.
A-E-R.
And an idea I had is I have a book from Ultimate Guitar. I also thought it would be cool if, as an exercise, I learned how to play the Susie and the Detonators songs, the guitar parts. Because that would give me guitar stuff that I can do. Okay, I used some of my practice time to write down my practice goals. I'm okay with that. I'm not going to have to do it over again. Okay, where was I in this book? And do I want to review? I don't think I need to review. I was on the duet in A, which I was doing pretty okay with the last time I played it, but dun 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 dun. I think to make sure that I'm doing it well, I should play it with a metronome. One mistake. Okay, let's go back to aha! Part 2. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hand isn't far enough in front of the guitar. Okay. Here's the really tricky part. Okay. feel confident with that yet. So this is... I'm not switching fast enough. Stretch my hand. Just gonna do that switch between. Okay. Okay. Technically correct, but not pretty. There we go. That's better. Okay, and my wrist hurts. Probably because I'm doing something wrong with it. Perfect. Oh, yeah, me too. We'll come back to that. Duet in A tomorrow, maybe. Because I got 4.5 minutes left. So I'm just gonna open up. I have this book. I'm just gonna open it up. Start sight reading something. What's the first one? Nice. Let's play some real music. Although, I am practicing on my acoustic guitar today. This is kind of an electric guitar song. Maybe I should find an acoustic guitar song. That would be a better strategy with this book. I would play this song. That's an acoustic guitar song, but I know that one already. Like, really well. And as fun as it is to play the things that you know well, that is not conducive to actually getting better, which is kind of the point of this time. That's an electric guitar song. That could go acoustic, but it's really an electric guitar song. I have a feeling a lot of these are going to be electric guitar songs. That would be fun. I could probably practice that on the acoustic. Is that an acoustic guitar song? That might be an acoustic that he plays in Drive by Incubus. You know that one? Really? That starts with an acoustic, doesn't it? Yeah. I don't know this well. I think I played it. I've looked this up and played it once or twice before, but this is kind of new for me. I've never really played it. Okay. Standard tuning and everything. What is be doing here? I am reading tabs because I'm terrible. Da, da. Let ring throughout. Well, I'm not doing that. Confused about the fingering there. Starting to come along. At least it's repetitive. I know the timer went off, but I can't help myself. How does that part go? I'm curious. What else is there in this song? What else is there to it? Okay. I'll come back to that. Well, this I'm sure has been mostly a waste of your time if you watched